I'm going to record. So we'll start by saying, hello. Are you here to up your vibe?
Am, and I'm here to eat my lunch, so I'm just going to go on no video for me.
Eat away. Yes. No video for Lisa. Yes. No, that's good. Um, yeah. So the last couple of years, as many of you or most of you know, I've just been doing like construction and blah, 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 and busy. And my business hasn't been my focus. I've done it, paid the bills, but it's been out of balance. So now that I'm like on my own, this is me. I'm not working for anybody. I can do my own thing. So, one of the big pieces when we understand German New Medicine, we understand that the body is always, always, always doing the right thing. Sometimes we just need a tool here and there, as we know, when we go move through the epicrises. In fact, let me do this. Let me do a general GNM overview. So this is my little diagram of Dr. Hammer's GNM compass. So when somebody calls and says, oh, I've been sneezing all morning, I'm like, okay, here you are right here. Somebody calls and says, oh, I haven't slept in 3 nights. I'm like, okay, here you are. So every symptom tells us where you are. Sometimes I need to ask a couple other questions, but mostly the symptom is very clear. We understand where you are in these natural adaptations. And so then when we have a handful of tools, a few tools, we can really move through. So let me just simply explain this. This red here is the sympathetic, the daytime rhythm, where we're moving and grooving and happy and good. And this is the normal phase. So normal daytime rhythm and nighttime rhythm, where we put our head on the pillow and we have a good night's sleep. We don't wake up. We don't wake up in the middle of the night, not even to go pee. And then we wake up refreshed. And that is what we call homeostasis. So what Dr. Hammer discovered back in the 70s is that what takes us out of that is an unexpected shock, something that our subconscious determines that, whoa, we're not prepared for this. So there's an unexpected event, that there's an exchange of energy. Lisa talks about energy all the time. There's an exchange of energy, and there's these little relays all over our brain that are correlated to little parts of our body. So when this interaction happens, it takes us out of this normal sympathetic phase, and I call it an exaggerated phase. So you're constantly thinking. We don't have physical symptoms, but we have those stress symptoms. Our hands are cold. We're not hungry. We're constantly thinking about that incident. And then the telltale sign is we wake up in the middle of the night and we start thinking about it. And the purpose of that, side note, is to actually resolve your conflict, because the body, the atmosphere in the middle of the night is like, there's no distractions. The psyche says, ooh, this is a great time to resolve things. So that's conflict active. And then we'll talk about this tool, the 0 point energy tool, the purpose of this call, and what we do with that during this phase. So once the psyche has determined that the conflict's over, we go into this vagatonic phase. So it's not just a little tired, it's we get tired, determined on how long and intense this conflict is. When we are so aware of these programs, the first symptom is like, oh, I just had this conversation. Oh, I want a nap. And that's where I go, yay, let the healing begin. So this healing phase is where the microbes, it used to be called the dangers. Oh, we have to be careful of the microbes, kill them, attack them, get the antibiotics. But now that we know that the microbes are our surgeons, we're literally going into a surgery, but we don't have copays or unnecessary trauma. So our microbes go to work, and whatever went on here is repaired here. So this is where we have our symptoms that take us to the doctor, that take us to the emergency room that take us to a naturopath, a homeopath, or whatever. So, and then when those are done, we go into this deeper vagatonic. I kind of would like to draw it a little deeper, but Dr. Hammer didn't, so I won't. And that's where we get the fatigue. We're more tired because we didn't have to interrupt with this healing event. So we get more tired. And this is where we might not have appetite because you're like, you're in recovery right now. And then when you move through that, then the appetite comes and you have the cravings of, oh, I just need protein. And then you move back to homeostasis. So that is the basic of German New Medicine, Germanic healing knowledge. So now I want to talk about these little wands. So I have two of original ones. One of these I probably have had years and years. I've lost a few on the way, but hey, cost of using them. So what this is an energy. And there's a website, so I won't go through the details, Michelle. And they make nice mustaches, Michelle. Or a unibrow. So these basically tap into, it's a vibration. So it has crystals and diamond dust in it. And it goes into this infusion, this little, I just picture a box that vibrates for 21 days. And then that vibration of 0 point is infused in this, and it's always on. So there's no charging, no cords to lose, no, oh, lose the battery. So whenever I feel a symptom coming on, I pull out my wands. They're always with me. Usually I have two. And I get the energy. I literally circle. Like if I started with a sore throat, I would do this because I know the sore throat is at the peak of healing of I can't swallow this, a general. And so I literally just put the energy on it. So my body is doing the right thing to start with, but this magnifies its potential. So these do not solve conflicts, but they aid in moving through the process. So for any symptom, and they're really handy when somebody is having a scary symptom. So if you have this in your house and somebody is having like a heart attack or a seizure or something, and you know the most important thing is to remain calm, and the body is doing, so your goal is to keep the patient calm. But if you get this energy on either the brain relays, because that is really where the action is taking place, or if you have two, you can actually do the brain relay. Like if somebody's having a heart program running, you can ice the head to keep the swelling a little down so that it's not a really big shocker. So you can ice the head. All the brain relay, all the heart relays are literally from ear to ear. So you can ice and then just get the energy on the head and get the energy on the heart. So obviously the patient, it would be hard for the patient to do it to themselves, but they could literally hold it on the heart and just trust, 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 because whatever we think, when we learn that epicrises are not fun and we have to manage our panic, it's a really great way to just breathe, stay calm. Thank you, body. We're doing it. Like all's good. I hold them like chopsticks if I want to get two of them energized or on my organ. I'll do that. There was a time where I had an unexpected event happen at a house that I was living in, and then it was determined that I needed to move out. So there was a shock there. And it was a 4-bedroom house. And so that whole process probably took a good 3 months to get me settled and the last piece of furniture in. So I knew based on a couple conflict active symptoms that I had the overwhelm program going. And I pretty much was sure it was too much to bear. So I knew that there was either going to be back issues or hip issues. So I was ready. So the day that my sons brought that biggest piece of furniture in, my futon, and got it there, I went into healing. In my right hip, partner side, because I'm right-handed, was it was probably the most pain that I've ever experienced. So basically the muscles and everything was stretching, the bone was stretching because I had to move a big house mostly by myself. So I went into healing, and at that time I think I had 3 or 4 of these around, so I taped them around. I literally put them north, south, east, west and taped them. I took a sleeping aid, and I went to bed with like a 9.5 pain, and I woke up and it was barely, barely a 1. And I was like, that's that was a biggie. So this magnifies the healing. And like I used to do demonstrations, I lost count of the stories at about 1,000. Um, and what do I want to say? There was only one person that this didn't work on, and it was a person that was, that's not going to work, that's not going to work, and he actually prevented it. One out of all the people. I have stories of carpal tunnel, and this little German lady, she was so cute, we were able to help her in like 10 minutes wanding. um what's one of my other, oh, my best story, and I know there's a question, so I'll look at that in a second. My best story was my brother and I, he knows so many sick people. Um, so he basically said, Deanna, come down to this little town, and I have appointments with all these people. So he had a wand and I had a wand, and we visited people. I don't know, 10 people in a day. And this one story of that day was very powerful. So it was a lady who, and I haven't told this, I tell it here and there, but parts of this story might be I think it was a woman. She had chronic headaches for 17 years. She had gone all throughout the US and abroad trying to figure out why. So John did the wanding. We were just talking around our kitchen table. He did 15 minutes of wanding on her head, then poured her a glass of water, wanded the water, had her drink that, and did 15 more minutes on her head. That afternoon, after we left, she had black tar diarrhea. Her headache that day was a bearable. It was a good day, but it was like a 6, 6.5, and it went down to about a 2 or a 3. Then so she wanted a wand. So about a week later, she came to my office. I had an office at that time in Tupper, and I think I had 5 wands. So I did a major wanding on her brain. Within the hour, she had her second bout of black tar diarrhea, and her headaches disappeared, gone forever. So that was, wow, these are pretty powerful. So let me look at the question that I think Michelle, how did it go with the pain near your hip groin area from last week? Oh, that was pretty cool. I know why. It was definitely a resolve. I did use the wand. When I had a really unusual pain right here last week. And so what I did is I just stuck these in my pants and I just sat here and I did the work. And then before bed, I had a CBD, I had double dose because I didn't want to, it was actually, it ramped up. Remember when we were having a conversation, it was like zinging me and like, ow, ow, ow. I think it was a lymph program. I think it was a minor self-devaluation, and it was a layer. Um, but it was interesting. I haven't really gone in and gone what program, but it was definitely in the skin tissue. It wasn't in the organ level. So I basically put them on at night. I didn't tape it. I might have just laid on my belly, got myself to sleep. I did super doses of CBD, and slept through it. And I woke up and it was gone. I think I maybe had 2 twinges that next day, and then the program completed. So that was a fun use. So animals. Lisa, had you had this when Twister was going through her thing, this would have been a good thing for you to use on the cat. So here's an interesting story. Many of you know my friend Michelle, who owns P2s. She had an old dog and she left me alone with the dog one day. I was in the living room and I was just wanding the dog with no intention, and then Michelle came maybe 15 minutes. He was laying on the floor and I was wanding. And she came in the room and he got up to greet her. And she stood back and she was like, "What just happened?" I'm like, "What? What's the problem? What'd I do?" And she's like, "He never gets up that. Usually it's like, And so she was like, "Wow, that works." So animals. I was walking down the road one day in Burlington, Vermont, and I had it in my pocket, in my right pocket, and this dog that was going to be going by me came right up and put his ear right near my pocket. And the owner was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed." I'm like, "No, does your dog have an ear issue?" "Yeah, we were just at the vet the other day." Animals recognize this vibration, and he knew. He just put his ear right on the wand. So it was pretty cool. I should have had a card and said, "Why don't you get one of these? You'll save some vet bills." So talk about saving vet bills. When you can incorporate GNM knowledge and understand that your animals are biological creatures too, you can save a lot of money. So, um, I will take some. I have oodles of stories, but I will take some. Oh, this is a fun one. Oh, let me tell this story. My brother John, um, when he first got his, Susan Benway's here. Yay. When he first got his, he was wanding all over. And he calls me one day. He's like, "You know where we got shot with that big, that, I don't know, it was like 12th or 7th grade, they gave us that, was it tetanus or something? Wherever he got shot, it started oozing. I don't know if he was wanding specifically it, but he had always had an unusual bump, but he was either wanding in general or specifically, and it started like gunking and moving out all this stuff. It detoxifies. So if one of the stories where I didn't know GNM at the time. This lady had some oozing going on in her arm, and the daughter was like, "Can I use the wand on her?" Yes. Well, she was very, very Catholic and very like woo-woo things are not okay with some religions. So her wound started oozing more because that is what it needs to do. And it totally freaked her out, kind of scared her. So I lost one on there because I didn't know GNM. So if somebody has a wound, like Andrew and I were on a GNM call yesterday and talking about people that have breast programs. And the goal of a breast program is to resolve it so that it doesn't break through the skin, because once it breaks through the skin, it gets pretty tricky from the conscious. Oh, I thought I admitted. Oh, Susan's having a hard time. Two Susans are joining us. Yay! She has both her personalities going. So, oh, what was it? What story was I just telling? Oh, Susan Petty and Susan Benway. What was I
The
just saying?
breast
Hello.
oozing, breast oozing.
Oh, so I was thinking this morning, like, if I felt a lump and I'm like, "Oh, I just resolved this and I have pain," I'd literally hire somebody just to want me all day. Because think of that magnifying. So you have somebody giving you love, you have somebody taking care of you. You know GNM and you're like, "Okay, this is healing. Let's move it through quickly." So wand, 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 wand. So, and if you don't have somebody that you can hire to wand, like you can literally tape it on you, which I've done many, many times. Yeah, I'll tape them my lower back. I lay on them. I plant them on my body before I go to sleep. But very, very, very handy little tools. So we talked about pets. Lisa's cat, dog on street, Michelle's dog. Okay. Food and water. So the other thing that's cool is you can wand your food and water. I actually have, they have sales every so often. So the last time I took advantage of their sale and I got one of these just for my water dispenser. So I get spring water and I fill my dispenser and I have one of these at the bottom of my dispenser. So the water that comes out is all energized with this source. It basically is source energy in a pen. It's very similar to Reiki. Anybody that moves energy with Reiki or intention or prayer, it's the same thing. It's the lazy way. I'm like, hallelujah. So some people that are dealing, like Susan's coming on, and Susan, can I share a little bit of your, not necessarily your story, but part of your struggle, Susan Benway? So some people have chronic, like coughing, like Susan has a throat program that is kind of a tricky loop because she gets choked by her phlegm. So having a tool like this, as you are, GNM, this is healing, your conflict's over, you can basically use this through the day when you're having those fits of cough with confidence. So it's kind of funny because when people are learning GNM and they're like, so what do I need to do? I'm like, nothing. Like, trust your body. It's so simple, but they're like, I have to do something. So this is a really simple something to do. It's like, get a wand and wand yourself, because that just is like, yes, I trust my body. I trust my body. And whatever you're thinking and feeling is going to go on. That is quantum energy. That is the way it is. So this would be a really cool, I thought of you this morning, Susan Benway. I was like, oh, this would be a good tool for you to have. Oh, you have one. Do you ever take it out of the leather? Do you ever take it out of the leather? Mine's never in the leather container.
I've had it for like a dozen years.
Yeah, probably since
I haven't been using it.
Okay.
And I'm kind of thinking, maybe it's dead by now or something.
No,
but
here's a way that you can test it. So this is a lemon test. It's a fun thing. Get a fresh lemon, cut into it. Just cut 2 slices, put one on a plate, like 20 feet away, and one the other one. One the other one.
Froze.
Oh,
Deanna, you froze for a minute. Can you repeat that again with the lemon? You froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
You froze.
It freezes when I get so excited.
I know I'm
like, Susan, yay. All right.
Look at Susan. You're a blonde now. Woo! Do blondes have more fun?
Well, I just got highlights.
They look beautiful. You look gorgeous.
Good. Time out for beauty. What were we going to talk about? I'm in some feelings.
Lemon.
The lemon. Oh, this is a fun one. You take a lemon, cut it, and if you do it if you have 4 people around, 3, just one slice, like cut it in twice as many pieces. Okay, so you have one plate that's 20 feet away, and then one plate that you're going to wand. You just need to wand it for about, and just clockwise is the direction we go, for 45 seconds to a minute. And then you do a taste test. You can taste one or the other, first, second, and you will, if that's still working, you will notice a difference. I won't tell you what now you will notice, but I'll know the results.
Hey, Deanna.
Yes.
I sent you the stuff that I've been doing for wanding with a different wand for over a year. Does this have terahertz frequency or
This
what kind of frequency?
just has 0 point energy frequency, which is the source energy. It's the simplest. It's basically when you go, and I'm not a physicist or biologist or anything, but if you go in a microscope and look through and down and down and down and down and down and look at the source of everything, it's literally black nothingness and these little specks of atoms and particulates. That black, I believe the story is Einstein discovered that. And he's like, there's nothing there, 0 point. Then he realized that it's the source of energy of everything. If in my head, I'm like Big Bang energy, bam, perfection. So when you get this on the body, it brings it up to the perfect healing potential, like 100% healing
Right.
is on.
That's what the wand I use. They say that it allows your cells, it brings it to the frequency that it needs to be able to homeostasis and heal.
Yeah. So, and here I'm going to pick on you, Susan.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
it heals. The difference with knowing,
It allows the body to heal.
well, the body is healing first, but what this does is it amplifies its potential to its fullest potential.
Okay. I'm just curious if this is something that because I wand water, I have for a year now. I wand out of my Berkey my water, and I drink structured water is what they call it. I drink it. It's the only water I drink. And so because it can give you the energy too. But I was just wondering what it if it's the same principle or if it's something that gives you more boost or what.
Well, I'm not an energy professional. Lisa probably would know how to compare those, but for the
Mhm.
sake of this, I'd like to I haven't actually been able to look, I haven't prioritized looking at that. I had a little event last night. So I want to look at what
Yeah.
that is.
And Kathy has one too. So
Okay, yeah, she's got a
talk to
million
her.
tools. So the other thing I actually wanted to share is the importance of hydration in your minerals. And I learned this because I had, again, my brother knows so many sick people. He's like, come to this. And so we had an event. And at the time I was studying pH and testing water and doing all this pH stuff. And this was before I knew GNM. So I've explored all those rabbit holes. So what we discovered, we had a night where we did wanding for pain specifically. So I had a survey. We tested their pH just using a pH test under for spit. We got their before pH. They drank wanded water while they were there. And then we got their pain level. So if they had a 7 and had a low pH versus a 7 with a high pH, the people with the higher pH got better results. There's something about that cellular balance, probably the sodium potassium pump being balanced at the cellular level, that this works better with, functions better, as it kind of makes sense.
Well, can it help you alkalize if you're too acidic, for example?
Well, alkalining and acidicness is a very interesting concept, because when we understand GNM, as far as I understand, when we're moving through these different phases, there's certain phases where we need to be not alkaline. It is like when we're moving out, and I'm making up some stories right now, but moving out phlegm. Phlegm is acidic, like that. So I don't know exactly if it alkalinizes you, I do know that when people take a lot of drugs, they get very acidic. Like that is
Okay.
what I learned that night of uh with the 21 people. So I used to promote the 7.2 company and be part of that, but I still have some products, and I actually was playing around with them to see if is Andrew frozen or he has a question? He has a question.
No, I was gonna just say that when we're conflict active, we create an acidic terrain itself
Okay.
because we go into sugar metabolism as opposed to oxygen metabolism in
Oh, okay.
the relay and
Yep.
the organ level. So all of the augmented tissue in those cases is being built under sugar metabolism, which creates then the lactic acid as a waste product, like endurance athletes use magnesium to try and help transport out.
The lactic acid.
Yeah.
Okay. And that makes sense. That
So
makes
you can
sense.
eat an acidic diet or alkaline diet or alkaline water, but the local terrain is always going to be when you're in the fight or flight response, essentially, or conflict active, it's always going to create a local acidic terrain. So, and then I
Okay.
imagine, like you're saying, the phlegm, the waste products from that are going to be acidic as well.
Right. So again, we have these theories that, oh, if you have an alkaline environment, you'll never get sick. Well, wrong answer. If you live in a bubble and you're okay living in a bubble, you'll never have a conflict. That's I'll draw a meme of that. Thank you for that, Andrew. I had a feeling somebody would know a little bit more about the alkaline and um yeah. So food, wanting food. My brother's joke is, yeah, I got a McDonald's. This is like 12 years ago when we first got them in 2010. Yep, I bought a cheeseburger. I wanted it. I didn't taste a thing because it basically amplifies the goodness in something and it diminishes the not so good stuff. So all the flavorings and all the things, it's fun to like wand good beer because you can absolutely tell you wand beer and it kind of like flavored beers they don't taste very good after. So play with kids and wand their sodas, like give them a treat and go, let's play with this, and they're like, oh, this is not very good. I think it plays around with the bubbles and whatnot. So yeah, questions on the floor. Susan's looking for the button. Do you need some help? Think, maybe not.
Put your glasses on, Susan.
They are. Maybe
I know.
maybe she doesn't want to. Do you want to say something? Okay.
Okay.
What else I got? Did I miss any aspect? Let me just look.
I'm looking to how about emotional and mental?
Okay, let's talk about conflict activity. So, let me just plug my computer in too. When you're conflict active, so the wand can't help you resolve conflicts, but it can put you in the space. It can help you, just like meditation, breathing will help you just like calm the racing mind so you can then kind of drop into your heart, find solutions. So when somebody's stressed, I have a person I'm working with who has some old traumas, and whenever she goes into those spaces, the whole thing comes back. And so she panics. So she just recently got a wand, and I was thinking this morning, like, oh, she could use this going to that space and just literally wand the chakras. When you get your first wand, Susan, when you pull your wand out, well, you can test it. You might even feel it. Actually, do this right now, Susan. This will be fun. Just start wanding your throat. If you're comfortable with it, start wanding your throat while we're talking. So we're going clockwise as if you're the clock and I think you got it right.
Yeah, I mean, I would have it on me all the time,
Right.
Susan.
So what
have-
this can do, Susan, if you're feeling sensations and you're going to be coughing, just know you add to that and like, okay, this is healing. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. We got it. Let's close this program up to the finish line and play with it. Like smile and feel this program closing. Because it's been a long, what, 2 years for you? A little more?
Well, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, which is the main reason, because I have a mitral valve regurgitation in my heart chamber. So it's like there's a dump going on. It's been
Okay.
about 5 years.
Okay, so 5 years, that would be a lot to swallow because Susan is very holistic. Like she didn't have a lot to do with the medical.
I didn't sign up for this. Not at
Right.
all.
So number one, Susan, your heart valves are perfect. So they're perfect, and wand them. Wand your heart and think they're perfect because a weak heart valve is just a self-devaluation that makes them weak. It's basically breaking down tissue so the valve doesn't work as efficiently, like a weak muscle. So it's in the category of a self-devaluation. So if you wand this whole area, thank you, body, it would be interesting if you really did nothing else but that and really watched your thoughts and keep your positiveness. It would be very interesting what will happen in the next week, in the next couple days, actually.
Yeah,
And all the
I'd like
while
to-
it's been sitting there in its leather container, which
Yeah.
actually prevents the only thing, like this goes through walls, it doesn't go through, wait, is that right? Leather usually brings the energy.
Leather is, yeah, because it's real material. It's real, it's not
Right.
synthetic.
Right.
Leather is our dermis.
Yeah, yes. Okay,
So if
then,
it doesn't go through leather, maybe since it's dead, but otherwise
no,
it
I
wouldn't
think
go
it
through
does.
our skin.
Yeah, it goes through things. Like I can sit here and wand somebody. The other thing that would be fun is to do some group healings with wandings.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lisa, if you're done chewing, you can talk about the intention, the prayer intention, energy in thought and feeling with wands. Like how cool would that be when we did like somebody really challenged with some health issues and we all come together even for 15 minutes and we just have the intention. You're muted.
Sure, it's really, where two or more are gathered in agreement, it is done. Very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa and Deanna and whoever's using it, do you notice, does it detox you? That's the problem with the wand that I have is it's very, it's powerful and I can't do it too much because it makes me really ill.
Well, and there's the thing. It makes me really ill, but what is illness?
Well, I
Here's
mean,
the
it gives
story.
me the detox. It gives me
Right. Here's a story. My friend Todd Cunningham, he got a wand and we were playing with it. It was like our first week. His first night, he's like, I'm going to wand all day, every orifice, blah, blah, blah. He sent me a note the other day. I had stuff coming out of every orifice last night. So yes, it
Yeah.
does. But when we understand that I want to close programs, I want to detox, I want this, and I trust it. So you can choose to do what you want with them. Like if you want to go balls to the walls and like hard and heavy and just like, you're going to feel it. you're going to close some programs and you're going to have the healing symptoms. I had this story just come up, and what am I healing? Everybody knows skin programs. Skin programs, you have forgetfulness. It's like I'm rolling along, the words are flowing, and then whoops, where's my note taker? Michelle's usually pretty good at keeping me on task.
And I want a report from Susan next week too, after you've won all week.
Well, I have a question, like, am I unmuted?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm using my phone. I don't usually use my
I
phone.
like how you're using your wand as a microphone too. I have a
Okay.
question.
I have a question. So if I do the lemon test and it tastes different and all that, how do I know? How do I know that it's fully activated? The
Well,
lemon going to activate it?
no, the lemons are just the test to see that the energy is still present. If there's a change in the lemon,
Yeah.
the energy's in there.
And what if it doesn't?
Well, then it's run out of energy, but that would really surprise me.
Isn't there a way you can put it in the sun or something?
Well, this is different. Remember, the sun, this is the 21-day change. Actually, I described that before you came on. This has crystals and diamond dusts in it. So those on their own, they have their own vibration, but then this company puts this in a vibration chamber.
Yeah.
I love this demonstration. A vibration chamber. That's my nympho constellation coming out. A vibration chamber where after 21 days, it's vibrating with 0 point energy.
Okay.
That is source energy. So the one that you have is very similar to this one. That's the original version. There are knockoffs. Like if you search this, there are knockoffs that look just like this.
Oh yeah, no, this is an omega. Omega or
Yeah.
something.
Yes. Omega ones have a serial number on them.
Yeah.
There are videos where people have different wands and they can test different frequencies and whatnot. So they just came out with 2 other ones. This was the original one, and there wasn't a patent on the casing. So the casing got stolen and used. So the black tip one, where's my black tip? What orifice is it in? Here's the black. I like this one for people with young families. When babies are teething, so when your wisdom teeth are coming in, I like this because it has a rounded tip and you can't hurt any orifice. We'll get into a couple of the programs. When you have territorial issues or identity conflicts, you can get hemorrhoids in the peak of healing. Hemorrhoids can be painful. And if you have, I want to actually work with the company to create a little hemorrhoid, just something like this, but a little smaller with a wider thing to stop it from going in. But imagine just putting it in as a suppository, but it doesn't go all the way in, and it basically heals you while you sleep. I like that technique.
Yeah,
this
I've used it in my lady area, vaginal area. When I had some, of course, it was sick, something like the symptoms of maybe what is that, candida or something?
Yeah,
I don't even know what they call it. And I had a UTI and symptoms at the same time. I put it down there, and in fact, last night I had a horrible neck ache. I was like, what the heck? And I'm like, so I stuck it, clipped it right on, and I put it on my neck, and I just had it on my neck. And I swear within about 1 hour, I had totally forgotten about the neck pain. But the reason I asked about like emotional stuff, so yesterday I found out I had lost a friend suddenly of 20 years, and my body literally was shaking. I was shaking for hours, but I always keep this on me. But I feel, and her husband called me this morning and talked to me, but like, how can this help me emotionally calm down? I'm just wondering, like, that part, like where would I place it? Like by my
Well,
heart or?
personally, I would always go to the heart, because like when you have a heavy heart, like, and
Mhm.
Lisa, you can tag on if there's something that spurs within, but the heart is the source of everything. Heart and gut. I mean, you can do your chakras. When I share the website, there's some little protocols. When you get this, you'll get a little manual and it gives you some different protocols. But shocking, yeah, shocking your chakras with the 0 point energy. They're your glands of all your organs. Like they're the glands that run everything right under the chakras. So starting with the top, or maybe from the bottom up, I'm not sure. But I would say when you're heavy heart, I mean, when you were telling, I just instinctively wanded my heart as you're purposely breathing, purposely, because a sudden loss can be perceived as an unexpected shock. Somebody torn
Yeah,
my breast, or a fear, or a whatever, or it doesn't have to be. But wherever you just feel like around the heart, I would wand around the heart and intentionally like send a prayer out to her and really acknowledge her soul, her like acknowledge the pain, be with the pain, and then change perspective whenever that feels right to you.
mhm. Yeah, Lisa knows who she is. Um, she's talked to Lisa a few times, but this is sudden, and I'm still like, my voice, you can kind of hear, is just
Mhm.
shaking. But
Yeah.
um, and she died next to her husband, and then the next night he's like just a regular kind of like regular old Joe. He's just like, not into like angels and spirits and all this, woo-hoo stuff. And she was my homeopath, and she taught me. And he was laying in bed and with his eyes just closed, just laying there the next night, and he saw a bright blue light. He said it started just as a tiny little dime, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it came right at him, to him. And he said, "I know that it's you, Donna." And his voice was shaking. He was telling me the story, and I'm like, "Yeah." She never ever went. She did not believe in doctors or hospitals. She refused all treatment, and I don't know. He still doesn't. We really don't know what happened, but yeah, it was very, very shocking. Yeah, I'm just still shaking, but I because I wear mine all the time, and like I said, I go to the pool 5 days a week. I forgot I had it on me, and it got stuck in the pool, the drainage.
Oh, dear.
It got stuck in the pool drainage system, and took two people to pull this out of the system. And then they're like, "What is this?" And no one could figure it out. And I'm like, "Hey, did anyone find something that looks like a pen?" And they're like, "Yeah, oh my God, we have it in the office." Sure enough, someone stole it then. But that whole pool is now energized.
At least for that
But
period of time.
yeah, well, in the meantime, without it, I felt completely lost and like not settled. Until I got my new wand and put my energy into this wand, this new one, I just felt lost. So I always have it with me, but except in the pool now. I learned that little lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you were saying that I feel it in my throat, so that's kind of an indication it might have been a scare fright for you. Like your voice was
I
shaky.
know.
That'd be so
I'm so I'm that's why I'm
no,
thinking
it's
I'm
okay.
worried.
So we don't,
I
Michelle,
don't
listen,
want to go into I don't
we
want to go
don't
into this
worry.
place.
We don't worry about healing. What we focus on is look at her. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. So a little shock, you're not alone with it. You just shared it with 5 other people, 2, 4, 5. Yes, 6 other people, 2, 4, 6. All 6 of us and a cat. So you're not alone with it. So more, it doesn't mean every time we have a shock, it is a biological shock. You won't carry this for a year. You had a shock about a friend, whether there's a hit on a part of the brain, a day long, a week long, a month long shock is not a big deal, especially when you're busy with life and you're honoring and you're changing perspective and you're being with her. Like that beautiful light story brought tears to my eyes. So keep that story. Like part of the principles, one of the principles when somebody learns GNM is to get good with death. Like we're all, like I sing at funerals and I haven't sang at a funeral where somebody hasn't died. Like it's my joke. But like we're all on that. Like what is the fear about it? So if you take today and really transition and try to accept her passing, her soul's purpose, why now? We don't know. It's not our, like we're not in control here. So if you can just, whether you're downgrading, breathing, wanding as you're processing this, that could be very helpful. And then if all of a sudden you have a cut, uh-oh, my boss is here. Who could it be? Judith, would you like to say hello?
I'd
My
love
mother.
to say hello.
We're talking about the wands.
Oh, the wands. Get a hold of one.
Yes.
Get a
Hi,
hold.
Judith.
Mother.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
Judith. How are you?
She hasn't
Hi,
sat,
everybody.
she hasn't sat upon needles and pins. Oh no, she hasn't sat upon her old bed yet.
Oh,
She might be napping in a minute.
Yes, I might be.
Do you need wanding?
Yeah, one,
Yeah,
one.
let's
might.
do a little demonstration. We love when mom kind of just shows up. Right, Michelle?
yes,
So,
we do.
yeah, when we wand somebody else, we want to start with the chakras. So the cat's like, come on, give me some of that. So mother's brain.
So Jude, what do you think of all the reconstruction and all the beautiful new stuff that Deanna did?
Hi there.
You like it?
She
You
didn't
like it?
Yes.
Michelle's asking if you like all the new constructions and stuff.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Love it. How's
Great.
everybody today? Needy?
Hanging in. Hanging in there.
Katie. They're here to learn about the wands.
Oh, wow.
So the
That's a
throat
good
chakra. Actually, Lisa, you know your chakras. Can we do this? As I'm doing each chakra, can you give like a 30-second description on the pineal, on the top chakra? Would that be
Oh,
fun?
The crown chakra?
Yeah.
Yeah, the crown chakra is where we open up to receive direct information from source intelligence, flowing down into our 7th chakra, and then it moves down into the 6th chakra, where the pineal gland is.
Do you mind if I rock?
So it processes the information.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
What about this one? The third
That's
eye.
So that's the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. Yeah. It's for our tool for seeing in the interdimensional realm, so we can see using our imagination is how we see the non-physical realms.
Mhm.
It's the tool that we use. It's
Mhm.
not just making it up, it's how we actually see what's not in physical form. And you got your 5th chakra, your throat chakra. Opening up to speak your truth. Speak your and she freezes.
He's like, give it to me. Okay,
And
your heart chakra.
Heart chakra, seat of the soul, where we love, bring love into everything. Love our creations and ourselves into existence.
So when somebody has intuition, you have urges to move different ways. So I'm actually wanting to just move a little the energy up and down. I'm not sure why. And I always I did right from the start, my left hand wants to also play. So I usually find like I'm in the back of my mother's head. So that just automatically moves and I'm not sure why, but so the heart chakra, then the belly button chakra. That's what it's called?
Well, you got your third chakra, where the solar plexus is, which is the power center where we add energy to our creations. It's where we empower our creations.
And the one right above the pubic bone,
Second
right?
chakra in the abdomen area. It's where we birth our creations. It's the womb where
Yeah.
things gestate, where we allow our creations to form and formulate themselves.
Third one, just let me know.
And then that first chakra, the base of the spine, where we birth our creations into physical form. It's about feeling grounded and present in physical form.
Mhm. So the cat's got her paws on my mother's back. It's really cute. Are you massaging Nana?
You're a whole team.
Yes. She wants in. Where is she? She's right there. Okay.
Cool. How do I come and get my winning?
Anytime. I'm here. Yes. So I did have all right, you can hold that and put it where you want. Yeah, I had a little promotion of and I had 2 responses so far. Yeah, Lisa, you can come on over. Oh, look at that little boy. Yay. Oh, and little puppy.
Aw,
Yay.
a
That ups
little
my
boy
vibe.
and puppy. Oh, that's so cute.
Cute.
Aw,
All
what's
ages
their name?
welcome.
What's their names, Andrew? Oh, he's frozen now.
Rose.
Frozen a bit.
What's the little boy and the little puppy's names?
This is Zach, my flatmate's little brother, and the puppy's Ollie.
Ollie?
Cute. Hi, Zach.
Ollie.
Like,
So
hello.
sweet.
Huh? You got a new puppy. How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the rundown of the 0 point energy wand. So there I haven't done the business side of this in a while, so I just reviewed a little bit of the highlights. There's no membership. There's no, like, I don't order every month, so there you can, and you can get an auto ship, but I don't do that. But you can use this as a second form of income by referring people. You have your own little affiliate link. That is not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is get at least one of these in every home, because when we know GNM and then can work with our symptoms with this and really bring the healing through, our vibration, our full vibration rises, so we are less susceptible to stuff in the world that would normally get us. So that's our work, is to raise our vibration. So whatever goes on out there, we're just like, whatever.
Deanna, is it still on your, is the site still on your Up Your Vibe site? Did you order them? Because I want to buy it. I want to order another one too.
It is. And I
Okay.
actually, I want to just show you a few things on the site. That's not it. Let's go here. I think I can get here. I think I can get there from here. Here we go. Okay, so this is my particular affiliate link. So so number one, I can help you find, if you want to buy one or look at the different product line. I will now put this in the chat so you have it. And let me see where the chat is. Pop it in there. And so that's there. I would love, if anybody knows where I could get one of these machines that measures energy, I would love, love, love that. Because that would be a scientific, there used to be a place in Burlington, Vermont that had, you could go and get your picture and it would give your energy. I'm still sharing, right? You can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Okay.
You
Kathy
mean-
have one?
Yeah. Do you mean Curlian
Yeah,
photography
Well,
or
it's
like?
it's a little different than Kathy's. It basically takes your picture and like you can see the
Yeah.
field. So this person probably
Yeah.
has some hip or leg issues, a little shoulder issue, a little relationship issue. Maybe I don't want to hear this over here. Actually, I've never looked at one of these and looked at the possible conflicts that could be going on. Like this definitely, if this is a left hand, let me see, is this the back of him? Front. This is a relationship shoulder issue, or they're hammering a lot during the day. Because you can see the lapse of the energy.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
interesting too. So we were talking yesterday in our G&M group, how we can use these type of tools and like gather data and really see and prove some of our knowledge. But what I wanted, so this is the page specifically for the wands. So if, and I am going to record this so people can listen later. If you have children, I highly recommend right down here at the bottom, I think. This one's kind of hard to find. It's the black tip. Actually, Mom has it. Oh, this interview is so cute. I won't even, well, I'll share part of it. His wand kept coming up missing and his dog was taking it off the counter and using it during night. And he asked the dog and the dog's like, yep, I did it. So that's cute. I haven't listened to this in a while, but he's into quantum. I met him at one of the wanding events like a decade ago. He teaches quantum physics or something, whatever. So yeah, there are a couple different combinations. There's sales, and yes, there's no sign up. There's no membership fee. And so anybody that wants to sign up, let me know and I'll help you through it until I know that it's really easy to do. Because if you sign up, you get wholesale prices instead of retail. And Lisa, we can talk. If you want this, then we'll look at what. But if anybody has digestive, like I know there's a few people that are not pooping. Deanna's got to talk about poop. If you're constipated, this product right here, it's called, oh, I have a couple. It's the best fiber. Like Melaleuca has really good fiber drink, but this one is amazing. You take it at night and by the morning, it's hallelujah in the toilet. So this is not the Fiber Go. I love the name Fiber Go. But you can look at these products and just go, okay, yep, I buy something like that. So I want to maybe buy it out of here. I recognized this morning this Amsol. It's a sea salt mix. So you can buy something that goes right in your water and it helps set the stage, as we were talking about the hydration and the importance of that for this to work the best. This is a really nice drinkable collagen. So you can just kind of check it out. This pendant that I have on is one of their jewelries. And they do have animal stuff. They have some animal things that you can put on like their collar. So again, I haven't been promoting this because I've been just like focusing on me. So I've got to get kind of accustomed. So goodbye, Judith. Goodbye. Have a lovely day. Okay,
I love it.
I love you too. So yeah, check it out, and however I can help you get the one that is right for you, you just say the word and we'll do a 15-30 minute little Zoom session. Yeah, in fact, do that. If you want help to figure out and navigate this, it'll help reteach me how this goes. And then, so just grab on I'll also put that, my Calendly link, just grab a 30-minute session and then we'll take care of that. Okay? Any further questions? I guess not. All
I
right,
guess not.
guess not. All right, Susan's all hooked up now that it's out of the leather case.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay.
Did you feel anything, Susan, when you were doing it? And don't tell,
No,
the truth is good enough.
yeah, not really.
Okay, so what I would do is, do you have sea salt at the house?
Oh, yeah, I use Soleil water. I
Okay.
make Soleil water, you know what
Okay.
that is.
Yep. So make Soleil, put the wand in it, or
Okay.
wand it, drink it, wand again. And if you'll notice that it's really magnifying your healing, if it's bringing up your coughs. So that's what you're, because one of these coughs is, I'm going to say this, not to
I
be
don't
too
know,
sweet.
no.
It's going to be your last cough.
I hope you have for sure. There will be one. Not sure what will happen after that, but
Right.
okay.
No, just you want a picture that you're getting to the finish line. That is so important. Your psyche has to say, I can swallow this. This is healing. Let's finish it, finish it, finish it. So wand, make sure you're hydrated. And then even overnight, you either put this on, and I'd tape it to your chest or your PJs or whatever. And as close to your source of where the cough is coming from. So, and the tip would be at the source. Okay? Perfect. Good?
Awesome. Thanks, Deanna.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to having one.
Yay. Yeah, I'm here all day if you want to come over,
Oh, yeah?
or
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I'd love to come over and see your place. I
Sure.
need to run over to Saranac anyway to run a couple errands. So.
Okay, stay on and we'll talk about the time frame.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you. Upyourvibe.us. I'm not good at promoting myself, but let's do it. Because really, we're all here to just lose all these fear, all this frustration, all this stuff that's just holding us back from being our perfect spiritual, like why we're here.
Yeah.
So this is just one tool. You can do it without this tool because your body is always doing it. It's just a little more challenging. It takes a little longer. So I'm like, give me the shortcut. Give me 20 of these. We don't. But yeah, we can have some fun group healings with these too. Okay, so thank you for
Yeah,
upping my
thank you,
vibe
Deanna.
today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
It's
any questions? We'll just continue the conversation. And I am going to turn this off